Hi everybody, it's Julie. Today we are making our stacked removable journal with ties and closure. This is what we made yesterday at the VIP. So we did this one. I'll be showing that to you. I want to make sure that you all know that I saw a video that Amity Bloom had done actually several years ago, and then a redo of it a year ago where she puts journal like a separate little journal that is glued. It is part of her journal, and I was like, oh, well, that would be really cool if it could come off and it could be a separate journal. Maybe you could put your personal stuff in this, or the things that people would look at and your personal stuff could be in here. But this is meant to be the closure for our April challenge journal. And then after the challenge, you can go ahead and separate them and have two separate journals. What I have here is I have the St. Patrick's Day journal. It was the right size. It's a 6 by 9 journal, which is the size that I normally do when I do a soft cover journal. I find that to be a very good size for using when you're using regular copy papers and things, and that's just my favorite, and will continue to be my favorite size for a soft cover journal. So for this, what I decided to do was I used a dresser scarf, which I have a piece of that, and we will probably be using that. I used cereal box pieces because that is something that probably everybody can find, some type of a box to be able to use. I'm going to show you a couple of other ideas of things that I have saved that I have planned for a long time to do this with as well. So this image here, this is from one of the cut apart pages from the brand new digital kit Mama's Rose Garden. It was named by the VIPs yesterday. This was a hard one to name. And so, and I will be showing you the full digital kit at the end of the video today. Now, I had this small doily that I had gotten in one of my Sarah boxes, Sarita Sales, and so I've added that to the front. It has no extra anything except for that I had put this little piece of fabric in here. You might remember this from the yellow journal. It was the cover. Added this, so we cut the center out of this piece, added this, added it onto the doily, and then I've just threaded my my closing ribbons through that. I have a little piece from the kit here that could be my card, that if I was giving this as a gift or I wanted to put my name or whatever, and I'm holding it with a little Tim Holtz paper clip. So this is the first page, and I really wish I'd have done one of the little slip pockets here, you know, glued this down and then had a pocket, and then that could have held something there, but I didn't. I'm excited to have taken and used the lace here and around the back. We do have a large pocket that, you know, because I love pockets and I cannot lie. So this is the first of the cereal box pieces. I'll be giving you the measurements that I used here in just a little bit. And so you can see now I have a little signature that I put together during the, it was a 2.5 or almost 3 hour, 2.5 hours, I think, that we spent making this, and I have not glued it in, but we used hinges, and that's just for more stability. Plus it looks kind of cool to have those messy edges there. We printed on vellum or acetate or tracing paper, one of the things, and so that became the back for that. This is another one of the cereal cardboards, and you can see I put that right on top of the cardboard. Okay, added some washi up here. I did sew a stitch around it, and yeah, so use some upholstery fabric. And then here I have another signature, and this time it's just lined paper. Okay, but it's in these pieces that are in here. All the digital pieces are from the new Mama's Rose Garden kit. And so we had several people finish, and so want to congratulate them for finishing. Someone has asked that a list be put up, and first I need to get everyone's permission, because we have had situations where people did not want their names put out. So, you know, you all don't know all the behind the scenes things that go on, and so we'll be checking that out and seeing if that's okay. And so we'll let you know who those are. The other really cool thing is, or many think it's cool, that they are now the design team members for this kit. So at this time, I do not have another design team. So my VIP challenge finishers, they are the design team members for the new kit. And so thank you for that, and congratulations also. So we also did a pocket here. So this stack journal is going to be 3 stationary pieces and 2 signatures. Your signatures can be any size that you want them to have, and you can choose to have the extra panel. Like I said, this is how I chose to be able to tie this. I have the long piece of lace laying off here because this piece is meant to go on my journal. Now you see the journal I'm going to be making today, I'm actually going to use different measurements because I want it to fit better on top of the journal that I have made for my April challenge. I also have a couple of other ideas that I'll be adding to this that as I was putting together the pieces that I want to use for my April challenge journal, I had some other ideas. So, but basically you're making a little journal, a stacked journal. So you see there, it's like, this is small, and this is a little bit bigger, and then this one, and then this one. So they're stacked, and they get a little bit bigger, and then there's two little places. Okay, so you're going to have a mini journal, and that will go on, and yeah, so you can keep them together or keep them separate, but this will also can be your closure for your large journal. Okay, so now let's go ahead, put this aside, and so this is my journal. It's ready for my ephemera to get added to it. And oh, I did want to show you, I added my negatives. So I had some black and white negatives from a camping trip that my mom was on when she was a little girl. And so I have added some of the negatives in here because with the butterfly, black is a great accent color because of its body. Now, sometimes its body's yellow, but usually in pictures and things, it will be black. So yeah, so I added a cluster here with some lace, the negative, one of the butterflies, some washi, and some of the drywall tape. Okay, so that gives me a chance to show you those. And now we're going to go ahead, and I need to grab my cereal box. So like I said, cereal box, because pretty much everyone probably has access to a box of some sort that they're going to be able to use. And so I've taken this edge and I have cut that down. And then I'm going to actually cut that off because I do not need that. Okay. And I'm going to come down here and I'm going to cut it inside here. Okay, so the way that we're doing this actually kind of reminds me of the way that we've done the Ruby and Pearl lace journal. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over and you see I'm not lining it up down here. I'm going to try and line it up closer with that there. Now that's going to give me my main stationary straight edge. That's the word. Okay, so now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to cut this, and this is going to give me my other straight edge, and now I have a right angle corner. Okay, now for the one that I made yesterday, and to add it onto like a 9x6 journal, like I showed you, we used 5 and 3. Oh, better measure it again. I thought I could remember. Yeah, it gets harder to remember things when you have some stress. So, okay, so we're at 4 and 7/8. Okay, 4 and 7/8. Okay, is how wide my back one is, and it is 7 inches long. Okay, so 4 and 7/8 by 7 inches. And I actually had my two back boards, ended up being basically the same size. Okay, and then I changed my mind and I cut the inside one down just a little bit. Okay, so you can see there's the edge of my board, and then there's the edge, so it's about a 1/2 inch difference. Okay, so if you are 4 and 7/8 and you're going to take a 1/2 inch off of that, you're going to be for your second one, you're going to be 4 and 3/8. Okay, so that's what that should be, 4 and 3/8 for the second one. So it's just under 1/2 inch, and it is. Okay. Okay, and then we did 7, but then I went and I just cut a sliver off so that they stacked. Now a lot of the extra I did, you'll see the fabric comes off the edge of this last piece, and that gives me so that my fabric shows from the back. Okay, so those are your first two pieces. Then your small piece is 4 inches this way by 5 and 7/8 this way. Okay, 4 by 5 and 7/8 of it. Okay, so that's for this panel. Okay, this panel here that has the master board on it. Then the second one is the one that has the flip over pocket on it, and then the back piece. Okay, so now it's a different day, different way of showing you how I'm going to do this, because now I want to make it to fit the journal that I'm working with. Okay, so my journal this time is 6¼ inches by 9 and almost 9 3/4, but it's 9 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8. 9 5/8. Okay, so when I look at this, I want it to kind of go like down to here and across to here. So I'm gonna eye it, and I'm gonna give it a little frame here, and I'm gonna say, okay, I think if I come to here, because I want to still be able to have the lace hang off the edge like you saw. I really liked that look. And we're going to come up here, okay? So I've done the eyeball, measuring by eyeball. And so that is going to be 5 1/8 by 8 1/8. There you go. 5 1/8 by 8 1/8. I think we'll cut this here first. Okay. Okay, so 5 1/8. Okay, so that is going to be my panel. Okay, so that's going to go, that'll be the back of my my other piece. Okay, then might take 2 cereal boxes for this one because it's pretty big, unless I can get, well, you know what, for this one I'm going to go ahead and, just so that I have enough, using just 1 cereal box, I'm gonna, okay, so again, to get my straight edge, I'm going to come over here, and this will be my straight edge. Okay, cut that off. And then come down here. This will be my right angle. Okay, so both of these are straight. And now I'm going to put this one. Okay, they're going to line up together on this side over here. I'm going to come in over here, and I want it to come in a little bit. So like about 3/8 of an inch. And then I want it to come in up here. So we're going to put it right about there. Okay, so you can do, what I did yesterday is I cut the 2 panels the same, and then I cut the inside one down a little bit. So, but today I'm going to just go ahead and measure it. You know, ideas evolve and change. And so I'm doing it a little bit different, but I wanted to show you that you can make this to fit what you are making. So now this is what I've got here, okay? And I really like that. Okay, now for my front piece, I want to make sure that I can use this, okay? That is how I am going to decide how to make this. I have a panel that we already made for the cover for this one. Where is... I probably put it somewhere so that I'd be able to find it. Okay, there's my panel. I want to make sure that it's going to fit on here also, okay? So that is going to work. So I'm going to cut my next piece of cardboard to fit under this, okay? Because that's how, yeah, I want to make sure that it's going to fit under there. I'm going to put those right there. I have the leftover piece from a different different one. Okay, so so I want to make sure that this is going to fit on here. Okay, and I'm going to want it to be able to do that. So let's make sure that this is going to fit under here. Okay, so we're going to go in just a little bit from that. We're going to start with making our straight edge over here. Okay, so that gives me my straight edge, and oops. Okay, so that's my straight edge. We'll go down here and put my straight edge on the edge. Okay, straight edge on the edge. Then we're going to bring this over, and I want to make sure that I am a little bit smaller than this one. So I'm going to go with that right there. Yeah, real technical technical measurements there. Technical measurements, but you know, you craft how you craft. I it. And then there we go. Okay. For this type, because I want to make sure, okay, and I want to use this whole piece, or as much of it as I can, because around the back, it's going to be that large pocket. So let's see, if I do this, and I come right here, and I pinch it, okay, or snip it, and then I can go ahead and come inside that just a little tiny bit, and that will give me my third panel, okay? So this is panel going by the size of my journal, okay? Where the other one, the measurements that I gave you, those are great measurements for fitting on top of a I can't think. On top of a 9x6 journal. Sorry about that. Okay, so I want to go ahead and I am going to cover this. I don't have any, we did white fabric last night. I'm going to go ahead and cover this with, you know what? This can be the inside. We'll go ahead, and this side is going to get covered with some of my master board. So if you have a master board hanging around out there that you haven't had a chance to use, and maybe you've got one that's got some cool stuff on it that will look good with your journal that you're making, I'm going to put it on this one, okay? And I'm using my XL glue to put that on there because we're going on the shiny here. But I don't want to get this on my fingers. Okay. So, how is everybody today? Are you ready for the weekend? We are supposed to have a beautiful weekend here. Every day they add a degree to our Sunday, though. Right now it's at 80 for Sunday. Let's hope it does not go any higher. No rain expected after today. So it's the first weekend in a while that we didn't have at least a projection of rain. Okay, I think I want to go up in this area. I think I like all the variety that we have in this. Okay, let's go ahead and make sure that we get it on here. It's better to go over it. There, we'll just go over it, okay? so this master board is the one, it had fallen down behind a cabinet. It was from when we did all about the base, and we made a master board on book pages. Okay. So, and it was long. It was a long master board. So it was a master board roll. I had it hanging on like a skirt hanger or pants hanger, and somehow it came off and went down behind the cabinet that it was over. Okay, so for this, I'm just adding that, just like that. Okay, now your master board that you have made for the challenge, you could use that for this. Okay, okay, so I have that. And then for the front side, let's see. Okay, I'm going to end up being on the wrong side of this, and I'm okay unless I take this one, which is, oh, that one's got a stain on it. So let's go this way. Okay. Okay. I love it. Okay, now, remember I said I wished I'd have slit that and had it be a pocket? Well, now is the time to decide that, if I'm going to do that. No, because this time I'm not doing the extra doily on the front. I'm just going to, this is going to be my front, I think. Because the next doily that I have is kind of big. Okay, so this is the next doily that I have to use, and I'm just going to save that for something else. Put it up here with my fabrics. And yeah, so no pocket. Just let's go ahead and we can go ahead and put this down. And I am going to use fabric tack because I know that that will keep it down. Okay. So we're just going to go ahead, put it around. I did use the spatula, the silicone spatula yesterday to kind of even that out. Okay, and you can use paper or fabric, but the fabric here is going to help it so that we can use this fabric also as my binding. Okay, so there, I'm going to add that. And, okay, so there and there. Okay, so this is going to be the front piece. And we can go ahead and add our panel. And I've paper clipped a couple of items to this to also use. And we made this quite a while ago, in April. But it was one of the first things I made. It was made with items from the Emerald Patreons. Okay, so there we go. And that gives me my front flap. And so, yeah. Now, you know what? For this one, back up. Sorry about that, but I'm going to use this as my tie place, okay? Because I have that panel, and that will be a great place to be able to add this. So I'm going to, you know what, let's, okay, so across the front and then tie around the journal and tie. So this is how much I'm going to do. And here I'll tell you approximately. I have 2 yards here, basically, from my nose to the end of my fingers, basically. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and come in and figure I want like 18 inches. No, 12 is plenty. So 12 for my tie. No, we're going to go, let's go 15. Okay, so by the time you make your bow and go around, yeah, so we're going to go 15 inches here. And I'm going to set this on here. Okay, so I need to glue this down. And so I'm going to go ahead and put this under here. And this is going to be my tie closure. And it's going to end up underneath that panel. Because I'm not doing the lace thing where I can lace it through. Okay, and this is Seam Binding Hug Snug. This came in a box from Sarah at Sarita Sales. Okay, so there's that. So yeah, well, bloopers are left in today. Okay, go ahead and put this on. Okay, and then we're going to come over here and we're going to cut that the rest of the way. Maybe. Get out our fabric scissors. Luckily, I brought them in from the kitchen. I did find my scissors. If you guys remember the video the other day, my scissors were missing. They were in the mini challenge in the challenge. Okay, so that is my first panel. And I have this piece. I'm not going to cut this yet. I am going to go ahead and tie this just so that it is, see if I can get it out of my way a little bit. You can wait and put your panel on later if you would like. Okay, let's grab the... Okay, so my first panel is put together. Okay, that's panel number 1. Yay, panel number 1. Okay. Now, for my second and third panel, I am going to want to, I used like a lightweight fabric. It was like a quilting fabric, but it was lightweight. And then for this one, I used like a upholstery weight fabric. So I'm gonna grab those and I'll be right back. Okay, so work on the second one first. I have a piece of upholstery fabric. And I have this, I've been cutting it. I will have it for a sale here eventually. We've done it before. So if you purchased it at one of my sales before, you might have this amazing striped fabric. So when I did the other piece, it was a remnant and it was like, oh, I really like the way that fits. We're going to put the cereal box side here, and then we're going to have this come up, and we'll just fray that. Okay, and so we can go ahead and cut this here. Okay, and then we'll cut it to go across there. Okay, so I have that. Put that on the side. Now, on the one yesterday, I put a piece of vellum here. I do not have the vellum, but I have these great pieces, and so I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put that down. And you know what, I'm going to leave the cardboard showing. I was like, should I cut it? Yeah, we'll cut it. Okay, so I was trying to decide whether to cut it or rip it. This is from the Butterfly Garden Digital. So it has a bunch of flowers that your butterflies might like if they found them in your garden. So I'm going to put this on, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go in the other room and sew this on, because I know that machine will be happy to have something to sew. This one, not so much. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and I want to make sure it's upright. We're going to put it in here. We're going to take advantage of the fact that we have the cardboard, and that gives us a different texture. And here we are. I love it. Okay, so that piece is sewn, and now we'll add this piece. Okay, let's make sure that we're on the, can rip it so we can get a nice straight line. Go ahead and pull the phrase off. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this piece down. Okay, it's going to go down like this. And this, and then this will come out off the edge. Okay, so this is what we're gonna see. How much do I want to come off the top? I want this. Figure out, because I figure out how big I want my pocket. Okay, and then I might want to either pull this down. I kind of like it down. Let's see, what do we think of that with this behind there? Okay, yeah, we're going to go with that down. Okay. And that gives me enough for my pocket on the other side. Okay. I love the frayed edges. Okay, now we're going to come over here and let's go ahead and switch to this, because we're on the shiny. You could sand this a little bit and it will, your glue will stick a little better. Also, adding the glue to the thread helps if you're worried about your fabric sticking. The thing that we've got going for us is we're also going to bring it around, and there's going to be a pocket on the other side. Okay, and what I did is I actually stitched, now that I think about it, I stitched around so that the pocket was on, and so that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to go ahead and add my glue, the gobbledygook from the Fabric Tack. Okay, so I know that there's a few of you that this is the only thing that you have left to make. So okay, and I'm going to go ahead and stitch that. I'll be right back. Here we go. I used a straight stitch on this, okay, because I used the zigzag on the other. And so that is ready to be our second panel. Okay, so second panel is ready. And now we need to add our third panel. And for my third panel, I have this that was in my stash from several journals ago. And so we are going to go ahead and cut and try and rip it. And oh, that's right, I remember this one being hard to rip. Okay, so there's that. And then I'm going to come over to this side. Get a good start on it and just go for it. Like a band-aid, okay? And then I don't have a whole lot of area here. So we're going to go ahead and fray the edge if we can. Okay, and then decide which side you like. But I like these frays better. I'm going to stick those off this side. And then I have a second one. And so we'll be doing this for another one. And so, yeah. So one I'm going to put the brown on the top and one I'll put the brown on the bottom. And so, yeah. So now we'll go ahead and put this on. And the fabric will actually be able to go off the edge. Okay, so we're going to pull this over. Fabric can go off the edge. I want this side straight. Okay, this side straight. And then the fabric can go off the other edge. Okay, fabric straight, off the edge. And then we'll turn this way. And we're going to go with this way, okay? Okay, so we'll go ahead and this. And then on this one, I'm going to go ahead and have it go down. Oh, I want it this way. Because I want some off the bottom. Okay. So there we go. Together, but not. Okay. And then you can go ahead and come in here. You could put a trim or some lace inside there and have it coming out. I'm not going to because we're going to be putting our pocket. Okay, so that is going to be my final panel. Okay, you see we've gone off the edge. And so this is going to be my final panel. My final panel. Okay. So you can get an idea what it's going to look like so far on the journal. And so where's my other one? Where's the... Okay, so the other one, we did go ahead and we cut along here because that was what I was wondering. Did we have it so that piece is? No, we went ahead, we made it, and then we cut this. Okay, so that's better. I like that better. And so now I need hinges in here. Okay, so we'll put you up here. Let's figure out how I want this to come over. I want it to go like that. I like that. So we're going to put a hinge in here, and that's going to give us some more strength. And I think we should go ahead, and we've got this piece. I used eyelet pieces that I had in my stash on the other one. Let's see. I kind of like this because of brings in some of the other colors. And so, yeah. So we'll go ahead and cut this and then fray the edges. Okay. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to put this so it's on this, so it's going to come right up to that edge. And then it's going to come here. And then it's going to come right onto this edge. And then I'll lift it up and figure out how much further over I need to go. Okay. But I do want it on the edge at least of that. Okay. So the hinge is going to give you more stability in your journal. Okay. It's going to give us an actual spine. So, and this is one of the things that Amity Bloom had done in either the really old, I can't remember which, but either the really old video or the one from a year ago. I went back to my saved videos, and those were the two that I had. Okay. So there, and now we're going to go ahead, bring this over, and we're going to want to put this one in. Okay, so I'm going to lay this over, figure out how I want that to show up. I think I'm going to turn it over. No matter what, we're going to get brown and brown. I kind of like this down here better, even though I liked that outside edge better. So, yeah, so we just got to decide here, do we want to go like this? Okay, remember it's going to be a bow right here. Okay, I can put something else down here to bring interest down there. Or do I like this better? Well, I really like this edge. Okay, it's all about that edge. Of course, that edge is going to get lace. So just a little FYI there, that is going to get from my grungy lace here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put a pocket. Okay, so yeah, so that's going to go like that. So maybe we go with, we turn it in this way. Okay, so yeah, so my lacy piece will go like that. Remember this, you're going to see the whole panel. Okay, yeah, I think we'll go with that direction. Okay, that's going to be our lace pocket. Now we need a piece here. I do have another piece of this. I have a piece of this. What if we went with this in the other direction? What if we did both? Let's see. Let's see. If we could put this down. Of course, this is going to be behind your signature anyway. So, and this gets put on here. Okay, it could go like this. I don't, okay, how about like this? Yeah, I like that. Okay, so let's go ahead, we'll cut this. Put this down so that it goes into that right there. Okay, so we're going to have this all set up, and I'll show you. I've got a little bit of the things put together for the inside. There we go, like that. And then we can move this over. I'm going to go ahead and put a little glue down because I have the extra fabric here. Okay, so how do I want this? Yeah, I like that. Okay. Kind of like that, just like that. I kind of like that. It's all messy and yeah, I actually really like that, I think. Okay, so leaving that messy. Okay, so remember, we're going to put a signature. You're going to make your signature. Well, you'll see here soon. You put a signature here, and then you'll have a signature here. Okay, so boom, boom, boom. This and then that. Okay, so let's add our pockets. So the lace pocket for here, and let's see. Yeah, we did go all the way down. I really like this. But I want it to, I want a pocket that hangs off. I mean, I want lace that hangs off the edge. Let's see with my journal. Okay, so pull out my actual journal that I'll be using. And yeah, I like that. Okay. So the other one, very shabby chic. Lots of white fabrics with that one piece in there that was a little different using the upholstery fabric. Okay, so let's see. We're going to come down here, and my cut across is right here. Okay, so cut across right here. Okay, and so there. I'm going to put this under because I don't want to accidentally put glue on that. And we'll go ahead and put this down. So when I put this down, this pocket yesterday. I accidentally started glue way over there. So like I said, yesterday's video was 2.5 hours. So we were able to also decorate. So our decorating part will come in a separate video. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on so that it comes right to that edge there. Okay, and then we'll come in and grab this glue. Okay. And we'll come around here, and we're gonna, this is gonna come around, it's gonna be a pocket. Now for Nazi, Amity, I can't say it. Amity Bloom. She actually, this is attached to her journal, or it is a front cover for her journal. I haven't really figured that out. I think it's the front cover. I think she cuts a back piece, her 3 pieces. One is the back of her journal, one is the front of her journal, and then one is the special fold out pocket. Shame on me for not knowing. So yeah, there we go. I love that. Okay, so we have panel 1, we have panel 2, we have panel 3. Now I actually don't like the way that's looking, so I will probably come in and do something here. I do have I have like the little numbers from the edge of a piece of this fabric, maybe add those there or something, but I really like the way this is starting to turn out. So this is the base of your stacked removable journal with ties. Okay, closure. So this is the closure for our April journal right here. And so we'll take this, we'll put it on top of our journal, and we've got a beautiful panel on our journal that, you know, like I said, if you wanted to be able to share journals, but you didn't want your personal stuff, you could go ahead and have your personal stuff in here and then just share the top part. So this is the base. Remember, you're going to be adding a signature in between panel 1 and panel 2, and a signature between panel 2 and panel 3. Okay, so those are our 3 panels. I wanted to give you some ideas for some other panels. This is what I really had planned to use, was these from this address book that I saved. So like that panel, and then possibly one of the panels from this little book. And so the cover would be really cool as a panel. And then the other thing is if you have the frames, these are from Hobby Lobby, they would be really pretty to go ahead and do something with. Like if you didn't like this, you could go ahead and stuff one of these frames with something. Okay, so the cereal box makes it so that anybody can make, I hope anybody could be able to make this. But if you have things in your stash that you want to use, so if I took that and then maybe backed it with with something, maybe a piece of this. Okay, backed it with a piece of this and put that on there and had that as panel 1 and then panel 2 or 3 here and then make my third one. You could also use packaging for your panels. Okay. Oh, I should cut those out. I will be cutting those out. Okay. So, yeah, so giving you some other ideas. And also, don't always think that you have to use the front. You could go ahead and use this side. If this side is going to work better for you, then go ahead and use this side. Okay. And then cover this because it's upside down. Or you could go ahead and do something like this. And then we have those pieces up here to help that I had. Okay, so we could put these on here and then add this and then add a butterfly if this was for the, because this was what one of the things I was thinking for this this journal. That's why all these pieces are out. Okay, so there's that, add, oh, where's, no, don't like that. I like the one we had. Okay, so there's that, add a butterfly. Okay, so for this one, your tie could go underneath this. Okay, and these can go on either side. I mean, if you have something like that. Okay, so if you have some of these panels that you've been hanging on to, then this might be a great way of using them, because then you can go ahead and have them, you know, be attached by the hinge. Okay, they can be attached by a hinge. So, yeah, so I'm hoping to be doing that sometime. I have not seen that done. And so... yeah, I have several of those panels from my old address books and stuff like that that I have saved, and so that just look forward to sharing that with you someday. Okay, so our stacked removable journal with ties closure. So for the challenge, this is the closure for your large journal. Remember, you were able to use a journal that you already made. And so you want to make sure that you're able to put your panel on top. And then after the challenge is done, you can separate them and have 2 totally separate journals. But this was something that I had seen. I wanted to try it for a long time. And so I'm glad that we did. So also watch for the new digital to be added to the Etsy shop on Friday, and along with our Friday freebie. Okay, I did not bring the new digital in here with me, did I? No, I didn't. And I need to get this uploaded. So, yeah, so I'll have that for you in tomorrow's video. Friday, we will be live, and live at 10:30 Pacific Standard Time here. Watch for the Friday freebie to come out later today. Thursday, if you are a sapphire, ruby, diamond, emerald, pearl, topaz, DearJulieJulie Patreon, you're invited to the Patreon Craft and Chat in the Patreon Facebook group, and that will be at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time today. Okay, so there we go. We've got 2 of them, and I am really excited. Hope you enjoyed. Find something to celebrate every day. Have an amazing day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye-bye.